saying the Foo Fighters are still going to be the Foo Fighters, but we want to have some fun. We want to flex. So we're going to create
flex our
creative juices. So we're going to create this band, and we're going to make a metal record. Welcome to another episode from Takedowns to Breakdowns with A&P. Today we're here to talk about Dave Grohl, the Foo Fighters, and what's the name of the band? Dream Widow. All right, so the news has hit the internets. Well, first of all, they released the song, but then the news hit that the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl, decided to create a band called Dream Widow and release an all-metal album. Now, every member of the Foo Fighters is in this band, but they're not calling themselves Foo Fighters. They're calling themselves Dream Widow. They released one song and it was very thrashy. So
and you said you liked it.
Yeah, no joke. I mean, this is quality. But it's Dave Grohl. I mean, it's not like I was expecting this to be balls. I was expecting it to be good.
And it hit the internet, then it hit you, then it hit me. It was like a chain reaction because I'm
not
on Twitter.
There's a huge buzz going around. everybody's putting their 2 cents about this.
But like, I'm not on Twitter,
thing.
so I don't know about it. I didn't know about it, right?
Okay.
And then you just told me, and I was very confused because I'm like, okay, this is a big leap here. You know,
I don't see it as such, but okay. But
I see it as a leap because knowing metal fans, they're going to hate it even if it's good. Some metal fans are going to hate it even if it's good because it's Foo Fighters. Yeah.
I think a lot of metal fans also. I mean, there might be a Venn diagram of some Foo Fighter fans who are also metalheads.
Exactly, but there's also going to be the Foo Fighter fans
who hate metal,
and then come over to listen just because they think it's going to be the same. It's all the guys from Foo Fighters, and then they're not going to like it. It's going to be kind of like a sour taste, and they're gonna.
And then you have the traditional metalheads who are not going to like it because it's the guy from the Foo. It's the same reasons.
Exactly, it's the same reasons, but that's why I said it's a big leap because they already have they have an established fan base.
Okay.
They have a big fan base too.
But I don't think they're doing this thinking about the fan base because the fan base is still going to be there.
I know. I think they're doing this because they want to. But that's why I said it's a big leap.
I think for them it's just fun.
For them it's fun, but I'm saying that's why it's a big leap, and also that shows it's not just a gimmick thing.
I would say it would be a big leap if they were releasing this album as the Foo Fighters.
Now that
would be a big leap because if you're releasing a whole metal album, either it be thrash metal, groove metal, black metal, whatever the genre is,
as the Foo
Fighters. Now that is a big leap because now when you look at the Foo Fighters discography, that record is going to be there.
There's a big wart.
There's going to be a black sheep amongst that discography that fans are going to be like, this is the worst fucking Foo Fighters record ever.
But then people who don't like Foo Fighters come in and they're like, what do you mean? This is the best Foo Fighters album of all time.
That's the only one I listen to.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's a big leap. I disagree with you because it's not being released as a Foo Fighters record.
It is the guys from Foo Fighters. That's what I'm saying.
I know, but when you listen to the band, it's under a different name.
It's under a different name, but it's the same guys. That's what people on the Foo Fighters side are going to see. They're not going to see the name of the band.
Same thing on the people on the metalhead side.
Exactly. They're not going to see
the two crowds are polar opposites, but they have the same mindset.
Vision.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the guys from Foo Fighters. That's why I'm saying, just because it's not under the Foo Fighters name doesn't mean shit, because it's the guys from Foo Fighters.
But I don't think it's as much of a risk.
It's not as much of a risk, but it's still a risk.
Okay, what's the risk? Like, what kind of risk are you talking about here? Because if you don't like it, you don't like it. Just wait for the next Foo Fighters album.
I know, but I think that's... Listen, I don't know. Some people are...
It's Dave Grohl here. It's not like he's poor. Exactly. And it's not like he needs the tour money or whatever. There's nothing to lose.
Listen, I trust your judgment. You saying the song is good makes me think that this is not just a gimmick. This is them wanting to do this.
It might be a gimmick in terms of them you know what, let's fucking do something that's fucking fun. Let's just create this imaginary name and release this out. Let's just fucking have fun. They recorded in their own studio. So I'm assuming they did it in their own time during the pandemic, whatever. There was no tours. Let's just fucking have fun. But let's not release it as the Foo Fighters because I think that would be a big risk. So let's just do this separate. Now, obviously, you want to say that it's Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters because you want to create a buzz
around it,
and you want people to talk. Because if you don't know who these people are, you'll be like, everybody's okay. Just another local band. Who cares? Moving on. So he's using the Foo Fighters in his name in order to promote it. But I honestly don't think it's a gamble at all. I don't think there's any risk involved. I think it's just a bunch of guys
just wanting to have
fun. Yeah. Just for shits and giggles. I mean, it's still going to be quality because of the people who are involved.
Exactly. It's going to be quality, but I do think that it's going to stir up some
emotions.
I'm not backing down on that though. It will stir up emotions. There will be the people who are like, I don't like this. Why? Because the guys from Foo Fighters.
Okay, so let me throw
but
this.
have you listened to the song? Yeah. Did you like the song?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Like, you're not going to admit it.
Yeah,
it's
but
okay.
then you start playing it and they start tapping their foot and windmailing and shit. But then they'll say they don't like it because it's the guys from Foo Fighters.
I don't know. I see this differently. I'm going to throw one at you. Machine Gun Kelly going metal. Or rock, whatever it is. Now, that I have a bigger... That one, for me, is a hard pill to swallow, right?
Well, it's because it's different, though.
Well, not that
No,
much.
I'm saying different for you. Not like different...
No, in terms of what's happening, it's very similar one to the other.
It's the same.
Well, Machine Gun Kelly's doing under his name. Foo Fighters are creating this new name.
Okay, but they're still promoting it. But they're still... That's the thing. They're still promoting it as the Foo Fighters.
Okay. So I get it.
It's basically the same thing. Now, I'm... it's going to be the same type of argument. People go over to him, doing that, and then be like, "Oh, I don't like it," even though they may like it, just because it's Machine Gun Kelly.
No, I think the guy's he's a hack. Honestly, I mean, you can't compare the quality of musicianship between him and Foo. I mean, the two are in different galaxies.
Okay, I know you can't compare it, but it's the same. In the end, I have the same point that people won't like it because it's him. That's why.
It comes with baggage.
The name...
Both of them comes with baggage.
Both of them come with baggage. It comes with the baggage of what you're either already doing as in the Foo Fighters thing, what they're already doing as the Foo Fighters, or what you did previously as like Machine Gun Kelly, previously rapping and stuff. It's all going to come like that, but in the end, it's all going to come down to people not liking it because of the people doing it.
I think there's a slight difference. And the difference is that Machine Gun Kelly is not doing this as a promo. He's shifting his music from being a rapper to being a rock star. So he's shifting. He's becoming something that he wasn't before. The Foo Fighters are not saying that, from now on every Foo Fighters album is going to be a black metal album. No, they're saying the Foo Fighters are still going to be the Foo Fighters. But we want to have some fun. We want to flex. So we're going to
flex our
creative juices. So we're going to create this band. And we're going to make a metal record. And I don't know if this is going to be the only one. Maybe they'll release more. Maybe they'll go on tour. Maybe they'll play in metal festivals. I don't know. So I don't see the two. While the two have some similarities, I'll give you that. I don't think the two are exactly the same.
No,
if the Foo Fighters were like, okay, we're quitting Foo Fighters, we're changing our name.
And rebranding the Foo Fighters. That's
a different story.
Though that's why they become the full-on same. But other than that whole, what you were talking about there, they're the same. Other than that, they're the same.
Okay, no, I don't disagree.
So... like I said, it all comes down to the fans. I mean, I know they're doing it because they want to. I mean, they want to have fun. They want to make this music because they want to, not for any publicity stuff. They already have
tons of publicity.
They have tons of they have a cult following. A following.
They're a huge band.
They're a huge band, so they don't need to do this. They just want to. But coming down to what fans may think,
I think it comes down to the purists.
It comes down to the purists.
For me personally,
Foo Fighters, I never really listened to.
I'm not a huge fan. I'm like casual.
But like me, I haven't listened to much Foo Fighters, so I can't really say whether I like it or not. That's just where I come from. But will I listen to this? Of course I will, because it's new music, and you said it's good. I trust your taste. I mean, we have similar tastes in music, so if you say it's good, I'm gonna go listen to it right after this to test it
to get a vibe.
Yeah, and I mean. It's just music. I kind of like to take the names away from it and their previous stuff because I like to always give bands a chance.
I'm totally down with this. For me, there's no downside to this whatsoever. It's not like they're taking away fans from another band. It's not like they're hurting their own brand of Foo Fighters. They're not, because they're not releasing this as a Foo Fighters album. They're not rebranding themselves. They're not changing their sound. They're just flexing. They're just creative. And they wanted to do something outside the box. And I think they were smart enough to say, let's create a different band name for this specific project. That way we can do our Foo Fighters stuff as Foo Fighters, and we can do the metal stuff as this other band, and just be almost two completely different personalities from one to the other. And the musicianship that they have, they're great musicians regardless of the music that they create. Like, one person could say Ed Sheeran is shit. I don't like Ed Sheeran, but you cannot deny the quality that he has as a musician. No, the guy's a great songwriter. You may not like the songs that he writes. That's a different topic altogether. But he's a great songwriter. People may say, I don't like the Beatles. Okay, but they're great musicians.
Exactly.
What you like or what you don't like, it's kind of like irrelevant.
Yeah, you have to always...
You don't always have to like something. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean that there isn't any quality in that something that you don't like. So, people think that way, but, that's because you're an ass. But I see it that them doing something that's fun, doing something that is different. Let's have some laughs. Let's have a good time. And if you make good music while doing it, fuck, more power to you.
More laughs and more good times coming in the future, man.
And I could see if this picks up steam.
If this actually, yeah.
I don't think we'll see them going on a tour per se.
Maybe, you never
but the
know.
odd festival here and there, because they almost become, without wanting to be, they almost become a little bit of a gimmick. Do you know what I mean? So for a festival to sell the idea, hey, you know, like the Foo Fighters are going to be here playing their metal songs.
Foo Fighters.
You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like it's the car crash appeal where you're like, I want to see Dave Grohl like headbanging, playing some metal tunes. Like, you know what I mean? Like I want to see that. So there is an appeal to it.
There is.
If the appeal is going to be short-lived or long-term, that's yet to be determined. That's yet to be seen. But the people who are not going to like it, there are going to be people on both ends of the spectrum. But I think if you like metal music, if you like music in general, at the very least, you're going to give it a spin and not allow the idea that the Foo Fighters are behind this destroy your enjoyment of the music that they're creating. I think that should be, that should be the rule for everything. Not necessarily come in with these preconceived. The Machine Gun Kelly thing. I don't like it not because he was a rapper. I don't like it because it's not good. At least from my perspective, it's not
taste,
good.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. It's not my cup of tea. So not because he was a rapper, just because I don't freaking like it. If Eminem released a black metal album and it was freaking amazing, I'd be like, fuck, holy shit, I didn't know he had that in him. You know what I mean? Like a white kid from Detroit, all mad and shit, doing a black metal album. Wow, cool.
Corpse paint on.
Yeah, like some people don't know this, but Mirkur, she was a pop singer before she became like a folk metal, black metal artist. And some people still hold that against her, that she's not a real metal artist because of that pop origins. Like, so those people are always going to be there. But I think at the end of the day, you should look at the music and let the music do the talking.
Yeah,
do the talk. I, for one, I'm looking forward to the whole album.
I'm also looking forward to this.
And I wonder how they're going to dress on stage and shit.
It intrigues me.
I wonder if they're going to show up looking like... Because the Foo Fighters, they just look like normal people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you don't have to look different to be metal, too.
I know, but it would be kind of cool if they show up with some tight jeans and high tops and bullet belts. How fucking cool
okay.
If they go all like Steel Panther, but like Steel Panther like metal, not like hair metal, you know what I mean? How cool would that be?
That would be very cool, yeah.
That would be
bullet belt.
Bullet belt, high tops, tight jeans, some tank card t-shirts and shit. I think that would be kind of cool. All right, I'm done with this.
I'm done with this, yeah.
I'm done with this. Are you guys down with this? Let us know in the comment section your thoughts on this new project by Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters, whatever you want to call them. Hit us up in the comment section. We're looking forward to hear from you, and we'll see you guys at the next video. Take care.
See ya.